hello and welcome to Ask Sue London. I'm your host, Sue London, and I'm all about helping people and pets to help them to cope, heal, and move forward. Now, today we've got a really great informative show for the pet owner, or for if you're not a pet owner, for people, because I have a lot of people come to me where they come and share that their pets are experiencing pain and being sick and they just don't know what's going on, and they go to their vet and they can't be told. So I want you to know that what happens when you are in a place, your pet will absorb that. And I've had a lot of clients come to me not knowing that what you put on you will affect you. So you can feel very toxic. And we're going to talk about that. And then by helping you get rid of the toxins, your pets are going to feel better. So I'm briefly going to tell you my story. And
Okay.
then we're going to get talking to my wonderful dear friend, Annie Vergalito. And so here's my story. So when I was 50 years old, I was driving my car, hit the gas pedal, and shattered all the bones in my one foot. And was a result of being given so many steroids over the years for when I was going through Crohn's disease. And
Mhm.
we were going through a point where I was in a wheelchair and on crutches for 2 years. Then it got to a
Incredible.
point where the doctors were saying, get in your mind, you're going to have your foot amputated. I am a strong-willed Sagittarius, and when someone tells me I can't do something, I will show you, like, yes, there's always an answer. And that's always been my motto. As my guest here, Annie, will tell you, right, Annie?
Hi.
And so what happened? The right people showed up and really taught me that it was very important to watch what we put in us as well as on us. So that's what our show is about today. So get ready to take lots of notes. This is, always you can go back to it. And I'm going to put in Annie's information, her website, as well as her email that you can check in with her after the show. Now, Annie, welcome back to the show. I am
Hi.
thrilled to have you here again.
Thank
And
you.
um, we're talking today about the non-toxic products,
Mhm.
right? You have been so great at helping me become aware when I was on that journey of discovering, what is good for our body, what wasn't. And I mean, we met years before I had this situation, right?
Yes.
So it
Mhm.
was really great that I could say to you, like, I don't know what this means. And, I'm supposed to get rid of toxins in my body. How do I do that? So you had talked about the skincare. Tell everybody now, you are so fantastic. You worked at a spa. That's where you and I met.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you now are working with your own line, basically like this company's line, and then you're helping people get even healthier. So tell them about the skincare, because so many people are just using cheap stuff, which they think, oh,
Mhm.
I can save money there, but it's ultimately affecting their health and they don't know it, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so tell
Skincare is a huge industry, and you're right. What we put in our bodies makes a huge difference. So whether food that we're taking, but also what we're applying topically to our skins makes a difference in terms of whether it's natural or if there are hidden toxins in there that affect our hormones, affect our skin, affect our joints. There's so many things that we put on our skin that could be good for us, but it could also be very harmful. And so that's why I started my journey. I was an esthetician for 20 years, worked at
yeah,
different spas, and one for a very long time. And that's where
yeah,
we met. And
right.
I ended up starting my own business too, because I had to stop doing aesthetics. But I fell in love with Monastery Skincare because it was developed by an esthetician that wanted natural products. She went back to her roots, for her Greek roots, with recipes from her grandmother of skincare that was all natural for the skin, but filled with botanicals, healing botanicals that actually make a difference in healing your skin, hydrating your skin, brightening your skin, even helping it for anti-aging as well. And it's just very simple. I love this line because they have about 9 products, but it's simple. I start off with a rose cleanser that's very natural, soothing for the skin, as well as it being anti-aging. And then one of my other favorite products is their gold serum. That is like a serum moisturizer built in one. For those that don't want to apply too much, they could just do that. And then there's
Okay.
other products within the line that are very helpful as well. But I'll show them to
Right.
you because they're beautiful
Yeah,
packaging too.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
here we have the rose cleanser. I don't know if you can see.
Yep.
It's hard to see here.
Mhm.
And then the gold serum as well. Now these products are very hydrating for the skin, but very natural and simple. But simple, and their ingredients are sourced from all around the world, from
Mhm.
Europe, Africa, wherever they have certain, like the best Edwardian rose in Africa. All their plants and flowers are from the best regions around the world, but everything is just all natural, all simple. And then so we talked
Mhm.
about skincare to help keep natural skincare for you. But I remember having a conversation with you about even like how deodorant affects our bodies.
Yes.
And you have
Yeah.
to have a natural deodorant. And one of my favorite ones is a cream. It's called Super Deodorant, another Canadian company out east. And
Mhm.
there's no toxins in there. This husband and wife duo developed it just to help with a family friend that had cancer. So they needed to develop something to help have it be all natural, no toxins, no aluminum oxide, nothing. And so even deodorant makes a difference. Not only
Mhm.
does skincare, but deodorant and then nail care too. So that's how I got into the
Yeah.
natural nails as well. And I ended up coming across London Town, which is a great natural botanical product for the nails, and it's 21 free. Being an esthetician, I worked with lines that were 3 free, 5 free, 7 free. It was very rare that you could find something that was above 10 free. So finding London Town that was 21 free of chemicals was absolutely amazing. So I feel
Yeah.
safe using it on my daughter, on myself, but also on my daughter too. And I know
Now,
you'd love it too.
well, and that's what we just talked about before the show because I hadn't been using nail polish because to find something like I didn't know until you told me that you have this healthy nail polish and I thought, "Oh my gosh, this is great because, what I do, whether I'm doing a talk or whatever I do, you always want your nails to look great." And I know that one time I went to just one of those nail places. My
Yeah,
husband Ross thought we'd have a date day and have a manicure kind of thing, right? And
that's right.
I walked through the door and the toxins of the smell of all of the stuff they use, I started feeling dizzy and I had to walk out. And
Mm,
I said to Russ, I cannot use, I don't know, this is not right. And so he canceled the appointment, said, like, I'm sorry that it's just, there was no, like, just the fumes were so bad. And I've never worn it since. And, we talked before my last event that I had to go to. And I thought, oh my gosh, I wish I had time to get to you to get some. So, I've got lots of stuff coming up. So
yeah,
definitely I will be using that. And I want to encourage you watching this because this is good quality stuff that Annie has.
thank
And I
you.
can tell you that when I changed everything from shampoo to like all the skincare stuff, all the deodorant, and everything you think about what you put on your body, that it got me walking again. I healed my foot. I didn't lose my foot. And is that talking about like an amazing gift from God and a miracle that I can walk today? And I'm proud
Yeah,
to say I walk a mile a day. And, Annie, you had such a big part of that. And will always be eternally grateful for
thank
you
you.
helping me with that. But I can't emphasize enough, right? That it really does affect our body. And this cheap stuff that people are buying, it will ultimately affect you in one way or another, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, I think we talked about with even the deodorant, like that, don't they have cases where that it actually, the aluminum was causing Alzheimer's or
Yeah,
dementia,
yeah,
right?
they have mentioned where um there's been links to Alzheimer's and even other ailments in the bodies too, just again because of
Yeah.
all the toxins that are inside deodorant. Antiperspirant is not really healthy for us to use. If you have the choice
Yeah.
between antiperspirant, deodorant, you're better off with the deodorant. It took me a while to find the one that I have from this Canadian company, Super Deodorant, but it
Mhm.
really is, I mean, it's a cream that you put on, a cream with
Yeah.
zinc
Yeah, I have it.
and it's really, really good. Simple, but it works.
And
Mhm.
can I ask you, that like we have a lot of people from around the world. Is it a website where they could get that, or what's the name of it's called Super Cream, right? Or no, what's it called again?
Super
I can't.
deodorant. I'll send it to you afterwards. But yeah, it's really, really
Perfect. I'll
good.
put that in the link then. I'll put
Yes.
that in the
Yeah.
description area. And then what we'll do is we'll also put, like we talked about, we'll put your website address in there. And
Thank
so
you.
we got people around the world watching this, and they're like, okay, I want to get this stuff from Annie. So they can order from your website, right?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. And
Mhm.
then you ship it out to them. And if they need to, not sure what to get, you can talk with them or help them
Yes.
with that sort of
All
thing.
the descriptions are there. But
Okay.
yeah, they can definitely email and we can definitely get in touch and talk about the different products or the concerns and see what they're looking for and what they need. Yeah.
And I can tell you, I'm saying this again to you all, this lady is so knowledgeable with your products that you put on you. Very, very knowledge. I trusted her with my life, and I'm here today, walking and dancing and moving and everything else, right? Um, is there anything that you want to share about these products that maybe we haven't talked about that might be very important for people to understand the importance? Like, do you have any cases where maybe somebody has like come to you in such a bad state from the toxins? I'm putting you on the spot. I
I know for
apologize.
toxins, well, toxins, I remember that day that you were limping. I'd known you for I don't
Yeah,
know how many years, and the one day that you came and you were limping badly, and then that's when you decided I need to detox. I need to do things and
yeah.
keep things natural in my body. And so you're the one that just came to mind. And then other than that, I've had people ask me about their nails with I'll show you the London Town. So it's gone
Oh, yes, we
viral
didn't talk
with
about
London
that.
Town.
Yeah. So
So
how
the
many coats do you
reason
have to put on for that, Annie?
one or two. It depends if you, it's very translucent. It's just a touch of color. So what I love
Okay.
about these is there's the perfecting nail veils and then there's the concealers. And they're meant for people, again, 21 free, but they're also meant for people to give you that flawless manicure look. For those that have, the concealers are great for those that have yellow nails because it conceals the yellowness in the nails. It conceals
Okay.
those little imperfections. Sometimes we'll have those little horizontal white lines in the nails or the vertical ones. It helps to conceal those as well. It's a touch of
Mhm.
color, but it's color that is universally flattering for all skin tones. So London Town was really good with their nail concealers and the nail veils that way, just adding a touch of color, but color that goes with
Mhm.
everything. And it has
Mhm.
a mixture of botanicals, plant extracts that are healing for the skin. But what I also like that's different about this is that there are AHAs. We all know AHAs on our skin and they promote new cell growth. Well,
Yeah.
they've incorporated in their nail polish in these treatments. So the
Okay.
concealers and the nail veils are more like a serum for your nails. So not only does it have the botanicals, but it has the
Mhm.
AHA that promotes new nail growth as well. So that's cellular growth. And it helps to have healthier nails. It just helps them to grow. If anyone
Mhm.
has issues with um, brittle nails, thin nails, or even peeling nails, they actually have like a nail strengthener, the Get Strong that's really well, that works really well, I mean. And then they also have another strengthener that's great for peeling thin nails too. And it actually works. I've used it. It really
Yeah.
does make a difference. So
And
that's
you
why this
always
stuff's
have
gone
such beautiful
viral.
nails too. You always
Okay, well,
have
they're
beautiful
just
nails.
simple. They're just simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have like a little touch of the color on. But that's why I
Yeah.
like it because it's popular because people often say, I put this on. It doesn't even take me 5 minutes to put it on, and it
Mhm.
looks like my nails were done professionally, where I had a professional manicure. So I love that
Yeah.
aspect
That's
of it
big.
too.
Well, and so that's saving people money. It's saving you
Mhm.
time to go and sit at a spa. Like it is nice to go to a spa, but I
It
find
is.
like
It
with
is.
my schedule, I'd rather be outside. I want to be by the water, and if I can do these things myself, or if someone travels a lot, this is good for you too, right?
Yeah.
So I like the idea. You ultimately are saving money because you're not having to buy some of these other things like medicines that have made you sick and you don't know what's gone on. And we spend a fortune on my health before I knew that it was the toxins ultimately in me that caused my issue, kind of, as well as steroids for many years, right? But
Yeah.
steroids do cause major damage. Um, so it was quite a journey for sure that we went on together, didn't we? For once,
Yes.
when I look back. But I also want to share with everybody that one of the things also that I did was I worked with where we're talking about my foot and clearing my toxins, is that I worked with a naturopath, and I was working also with a
Yeah.
chiropractor and a medical doctor as well. And they all said to me that I had to cleanse my body with the food. And I can't not do this show and not talk about that too briefly.
Yeah.
One of the things that I had to do, and I don't have the book in front of me, but I am going to put it on in the description area. This book was basically ultimately a detox, but it wasn't these packages you go to a health store, pay crazy money, and have after effects. It was like, for 3 days, you don't have sugar. For 3 days, you don't have grains. For 3 days, and it kind of goes like that. And it's a 21-day
Yeah.
program. And I felt like a hose had gone in my body and gave me this beautiful cleanse. And I lost 18 pounds. And my husband Ross did it with me. I don't know if you remember Annie, and Ross lost
Yeah.
21 pounds.
Hmm.
And so we kind of take, like, every year, the springtime. That's our, like, you clean your house, you do a cleanse in your house. We do the cleanse in our bodies.
Yeah.
So I
Perfect
will
time.
put that book in the description area as well, and check that out. I always say check with whoever you're working with. I am not like telling you everyone can do this, because you need to know if it's right for you. So look at that. And if you've got questions around that, both Annie and I are here to help you along this
Mhm.
journey. And when you ultimately get healthy, you are ultimately giving the greatest gift to your pet, because your pet's not feeling all that toxins and chemicals. I actually worked on a pet that the owner was so toxic that I just got really, really bad breath connecting. It
Yeah.
was that bad in them. So, we don't want everyone listening to be at that point. And Annie, tell everybody your website.
It's inspired by Annie.ca.
Perfect. And so,
Mhm.
is there any final words that you want to share with everybody? Because I think that, everyone's going to go, okay, let me check out that website. Let me go on in order.
Um, I I created Inspired by Annie little over a year ago, and then the last few months added the skincare and the nail care. But I kept
Yeah.
thinking a one-stop shop. I know it's not the right words to say, but
Yeah,
I
no, it
with
is.
with the stones that are natural for the body and healing for the body in so many different ways on different levels. And then naturally adding my passion with the skincare, but finding one that I could, with the allergies that I developed over the years of working
Yeah.
in aesthetics, finding
Mhm.
one that I could personally use again. And so that was a wonderful journey, finding this natural line. Natural, but also anti-aging, and has all these botanicals that truly make a difference on the skin. I really, really like it. And then same thing with the nails, finding a line that was 21 free. And that was very hard to find, very hard.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that I found that botanical nail care line as well. But yeah, it
Mhm.
was just one stop shop.
Yeah, and that's what I like, because when you find one thing, you want to, like, work with that same person, because you get that relationship with them, they understand. And that's where you were really great for me, because a lot of the stuff I didn't know. And it's amazing what we don't. We think we know everything, and then along comes like an Annie that's like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And so this
Thank
girl
you.
is a wealth of knowledge for anyone watching this. And I also want to remind everyone, Annie, that if you are just tuning in new to this show, Annie, is this your second or third time on the show?
I think second. Yeah.
Is it the second? So,
Maybe
you
third.
know
I
what?
don't
Because we're
remember.
talking about so many shows. So Annie
Yeah.
came on in the past, and if you go on the YouTube, you will see the first show we did, where she talked about how she had so many miscarriages, and how her pet
Mhm.
helped her through that.
He
And
did.
we are going to bring you back, right? So we're going to talk about your bracelets and the stones and
The
how
stones,
healing they
yes.
are. And anyone who's a pet owner, you're going to want to tune into that one, because Annie made me a very special bracelet, and it has my pet's stones in them. And it's like my family ring. And
Yeah.
so
Okay.
this is what we're going to talk about that next. So we have to still book
Okay.
that date. So that's coming soon with Annie. Annie, I love you. It's always
Oh,
a
you too.
pleasure to bring you on.
You
And
too.
everyone listening, I want to remind you that on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, I do the Ask Sue London live events. And the one that is coming up on the second Tuesday in April is basically talking about your pet's past lives. So
Oh,
that's going to
yeah.
be pretty amazing what you're going to learn from that. And so go to my website, asksuelondon.com, and on the homepage, it will say register for the event. It's free. You can also send me a picture of your pet with one question that you want to have answered, and I will answer that on that show. And if you want to have a
Lovely.
session with me, go to the consultation area, and lots of great stuff going on between Annie and myself, right? And
Yes.
Annie, you are, where can people follow you? So they're going to go to your website. Well, your website, do you have your Instagram and
Instagram.
everything like that on there too?
Yes, inspired by Annie on Instagram as well. There's just an underscore in between the words inspired and by Annie as well. There's an underscore. But yeah, on Instagram.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I love you, my friend. You hold a very special part of my life. And do you want to just quickly pick up who you got that little cutie
Yeah,
patootie
he
on your
was
knee?
just here with us too. See, Prince. Oh, now he's like, I was so comfortable resting.
Yeah, he
See,
was so
Prince.
comfortable. And so you'll notice I don't have my boy Buddy because Annie and I were talking like I think Prince is doing pretty good for the day after a full moon.
Yeah.
Buddy
He's
is
sleepy
like,
today. He just wants to
how
keep
old?
resting. He's like, you
Yeah,
just moved me.
poor Prince. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? On this show, it's all about the pets, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so it looks like Prince has worked really hard. And I thank you for coming on the show. I love you,
Thanks
my
for having
friend.
me.
Yeah, and we'll bring you back again real soon. And
Perfect.
to everyone watching, I am so grateful that you joined us. And on behalf of my amazing guest, Annie Vergalito, and myself, Sue London, and Prince, we all want to wish you much love and many blessings. We'll see you again real soon.